I'm Shoot the Artist,
Nezzy and the Seamoss Queen.
I'm Noface Rell.
and this is the
Nah, I
Nah
mean
Mean
show.
Show. Listen, y'all, we've been away for a little minute, but we back and we better as usual, y'all. How y'all week been?
It's been alright. You see this weather starting to change up. Fall is creeping on us too quick, man.
Too
Oh,
quick,
what's
man.
creeping up on us? But it's coming.
Yeah, how y'all feel about the instant weather change? We just had hot nights, hot days, hot mornings.
Forget
Now it's
about the rain.
chilly.
Don't forget about the rain.
Rain is unforgettable. It has been in abundance.
You can't stop the rain.
Period. Cutting our water off where?
Exactly. So, as y'all knew from last episode, we changed community insights to world views, and so popping off the world views, we got by the year 2035, African penguins can be extinct.
What?
How y'all feel about that?
I didn't even know there was penguins in Africa.
Now these are. I know that they have tons of different type of penguins. Like different species as far as that. But I didn't know that Africa even had penguins. Like,
Enlighten us.
yeah, like
I mean, y'all ever watch Madagascar?
yeah.
Yeah, so when they was talking, I mean, those penguins was from Antarctica. They came from New York, but
Right.
in Africa, they have a small region of where the penguins cohabitate. It's a small part in Cape Town, South Africa, called Gablesdale or Gablestown or whatever. And sometimes the penguins come from this little group of islands off the coast of South Africa. That's where they mainly chill at. So sometimes they come onto the mainland, or if you in Cape Town, if you walk in, you could just catch one just chilling, just walking. Or they just might go to your local garden and set up shop with their eggs and stuff. But
That's popping.
Like this extinction, is it due to like the hot weather or? I mean,
it's due to a couple things. One of the things is overfishing, so their main food supply and food source is constantly being diminished, and based on other things like pollution and stuff like that, it not only affects them but it affects their food source.
Yeah.
So on top of the fishes dying from pollution, they dying from being overfished. And then on top of that, you got the environmental changes. Recently, we found out that we have a El Nino, a weather phenomenon in the Atlantic Ocean. That's basically when the ocean starts to warm up. The air in the ocean starts to warm up. So now that feeds all these tropical storms.
Yeah,
so
watch
now
out.
that adds to the decimation of the population of the penguins and their food source. And some of the foods that they casually munch on is sardines and anchovies. Oh, I don't like anchovies.
People love them on pizza.
Yeah. Also, they going through a lot of diseases and stuff because of the pollution and stuff. So they might eat a fish, but the fish is full of.
yeah, toxic.
And with that water getting like extremely warm, it just inhabits like bacteria growth and whatnot. And you know what it also does? It kills the coral, like the Great Barrier Reef. The water's getting so warm, kills the coral, and that is a major part of like the ecosystem. That's crazy.
Yeah. And basically they have this organization that they're about to put in place that's going to involve the government, international allies, the public, government agencies across the continent to come help preserve the penguin population. So,
Well, kudos to them.
stop throwing your trash in the water.
Cool.
Period.
So jumping into my world views, I know that we had earlier in the season where I talked about places you could move and they'll pay you. Now I'm talking about countries that you could move to, and it's a little bit more money, and I'm seeing countries been doing this for some while, but they don't really have too much advertisement or things like that. But you got countries that's paying up to $30,000 a year, whether it's Spain, Italy, Ireland, and you're starting to see, even if you have a business, that's even a better chance of you moving out there and getting more grants and help for them. Because a lot of these places have, low population, not a economy is not flourishing the way it's supposed to. So I think that's pretty cool. Like, you got different countries you can move to, even if you stay there for a year residence, and just establish that, that network, and that's pretty cool. How y'all feel about that?
That is dope.
I mean, especially out in Italy, after they got hit by the pandemic, they lost a lot of their elderly population, which was a majority of their population. They also suffering from brain drain, and that's when a country young people that's graduating universities is leaving the country. So now you got these countries like Italy and what's another one of the countries?
Spain,
Like
Ireland.
Spain, Ireland. You know, now they have these programs to try to bring back the local people that was born there, but also bring back other talent from other countries to help increase the economy. Because without the young people, you don't have economy. They consume the most. Older people, they send their ways, they saving their money, they get their retirement. They done all they had all their fun already. Man, they not going out to the bars. They're not supporting the entertainment and nightlife. So they need to create these incentives.
Heard that.
Ooh.
You know, also Australia's going through it, y'all. Australia's going through it. So right now they having a shortage of antibiotics for children's antibiotics, but more specifically the syrup forms. You know, like children's NyQuil or whatever they.
Dimetap or stuff like
Yeah, they call it Panadol. Panadol. So yeah, it's a liquid syrup antibiotic for children out there. And recently, throughout this year, they've been having problems keeping it in stock. You know, due to the environmental changes and the weather. Right now it's wintertime, so you know the demand for these medicines is skyrocketing.
How I feel about that is it's alternatives to that. You know, you got the natural herbs. Like forget all that stuff. Like when I get sick now, I don't look to go. My first spot to go is the veggie stand in Walmart. You know, instead of the pharmaceutical stuff that they have, which is certain times you need some of that stuff depending on what the sickness is. But a lot of
it is.
But a lot of the stuff is, like Dr. Sebi was saying, we have it right here on the earth. Like everything we need, we have already. So
Exactly, but you gotta look at countries like Australia. They're like more of a westernized, modernized country. So you got a lot of the people. They're not trying to go look for these herbs. They're not trying to go make a tea. They're not trying to wait for the medicinal.
So they're not trying to live there.
I mean, they need the
just
quick
say that.
drugs now.
That's an addiction.
What?
You need to break free from that. That's why they playing with them like that.
Exactly.
They really put it like this. There really is no shortage. They really just trying to control the population.
Or not. But see, this is the twist on it. It's mostly the liquid one that's out of stock. They still got the tablets and all the vitamins, the little gummies and stuff for kids, but the liquid one is in demand because it's instant, it's fast. There a lot of parents report that it helps put their kids to sleep faster versus the other one. It helps them stop feeling sick, but their kid is still active, running around. They're trying to sedate their kids with this liquid one. The natural herbs don't do that.
Well, like my boy Noface said, if they want their kids to be all right, you'll find an alternative till they figure it out. So,
you know? So, yeah, shout out to the TGA, the Therapeutic Goods Administration, because basically they're the ones that the antibiotics got to go through. So, if they can sign in or find a new manufacturer for it, they the ones in charge. So,
right.
Y'all go to them and protest.
Ooh, so we're going to be jumping into
the necessary notes.
It's necessary.
So we got a couple of interesting things going on. So I'm going to jump right into it. So who heard about the fires in Maui?
That's in Hawaii?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I heard.
So for the past few days, Maui has been on fire. And then the crazy part about it is they weren't even like notified. There was no warning signs, no alarms, no nothing. And within hours, their town, a historic town there, was destroyed.
What?
Yes.
It's terrible.
How?
From it being so dry, the wind increasing, and and then one of their towns, it's like an ancient or historic town. They have like this giant, like the oldest tree, like the country. It burned up.
Nah, that was playing.
And here's me being all in tune. It really gave me like Avatar vibes.
No, funny. I saw just watched the new one earlier this week.
And when they destroyed their land to get it because they had some rich soil under there, and you know, like Hawaii is very like indigenous, so it gave me Avatar vibes. If you haven't seen the movie Avatar, go back, watch the first Avatar.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then to be local, did y'all know that Schenectady is in a state of emergency?
What? Why? How?
Okay, so recently there have been asylum seekers released here.
From where?
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
I don't know what country they're from, but I was reading an article and the Super 8 on Carmen Road just got a busload recently, like the past few weeks, a busload
Of migrants?
of asylum seekers. So here's the crazy part. So that hotel made a deal with a company called Doc Go out of New York City to accept these asylum seekers, right? And they temporarily closed the hotel, kicked everybody out, and then hours later reopened and let the asylum people come in and displaced all those people.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this on the news. I've been seeing a lot of them out here recently, and they've been in families, and I've seen them
Yes.
either at Walmart performing with a guitar, or maybe just
A
have
guitar.
or maybe just have a sign that says, "Hey, we need help," or a family.
238 people. And so the crazy part is DSS houses people in hotels all over the area. And so now these hotels are making private agreements with this company called Doc Go to house these people.
So it's kicking out locals that's
Yes,
been
all
there
these-
for all this time.
Yes, and putting them in place.
Wow. Nah,
And so
that's.
now there's nowhere for them to go because
And then it's like all of the local hotels are selling out.
and they're full.
Where's
so,
the local hotels? Where's the outrage?
so yeah. So right now there is a housing emergency going on in the county of
Nah, see, this is what I don't like. How the locals don't get help, but these people came from where?
It's not
West
that they're not
somewhere?
getting the help. These
They
hotels are privately owned by I don't know what nationality they are, but they're privately owned, and they're making private verbal contracts. They only have like a paper one. So
why Doc Gov, right?
Doc Go.
Doc Go couldn't do a private contract with construction companies to build places for these asylum seekers.
Time. They wanted to get these. I don't know. I love how they give them a new name too, the asylum.
Yeah,
seekers,
they're
you know,
migrants.
Migrants.
and I mean, I guess to make them feel better, or maybe to change our perspective on that. But I don't know. But like, I just feel like I mean, I know it's different opportunities here in the U.S. that their countries probably don't have. But it's like if you guys don't see that we're in a shambles right now. So for you to walk up to me and ask me for, it's like I don't have anything for you. Like I'm working hard to just maintain a life. So
So
just
it's crazy out here. So those two are my top stories, and they're necessary to be noted because
That's a fact.
obviously got to know about that.
Yeah. For everybody in New York, I feel like the state of New York made a contract with this company. You feel me? Because why they just pulling up to New York like this? There's mad spacing all over the country to put them. You want to pull them right?
But they are, though. That's the crazy part. They're putting them in Nebraska, in Omaha, in Idaho,
Listen.
and all these states that no one hears about. They really are. They're just dropping them off there and nothing. So, yeah.
Eric Mayor Adams of New York City just said that over 3,000 asylum seekers entered the city, and it's costing him already billions of dollars because they're undocumented and they're taking the resources.
The budgets are not, they're not in the budget to,
You know?
it's just craziness going on.
one last thing though is like we about to enter the cold season. A lot of people is homeless. Like
What is going on?
this is gonna be kind of interesting to see. Like because right now it's warm, it's cool. You could be outside and it's a little bit easier to deal with. Opposed to when that blizzard hits and
Yeah.
you don't got nowhere to go. So,
I feel for them. I really do. But, whew.
so
Prayers to those families and praying for Maui.
Yeah.
So jumping into the hot topics this week, I'm seeing, our favorite device or technology, I should say, AI. They're looking to, stepping in to assist 911 operators due to the understaff and, tragic calls and stuff that a person doesn't want to be traumatized by, so they're going to have an AI step in for a lot of those intense calls. How you guys feel about that?
Oh, see, you done messed me up because now I'm about to say something crazy. So we all know that AI has been trained and created by us. So, and these AIs do gain intelligence over time. So I am so scared that this AI gonna answer the phone and somebody's in a frantic and they're like, you know what? Then just do it. What? Because
Yeah.
now it's gaining intelligence over the course of it being used and going through this trauma that we don't want to go through. So
Yeah, and to think about like some of those intense calls, like you want a person on the phone, not a robot. You're like, hey, I'm going through a situation and I need help, and I can't emotionally feel. The AI is just gonna be like, all right, we're gonna send assistance. It's gonna be,
very robotic and
Yeah.
no conscience to it.
and
So
I
that's
feel
why
like
I
a
said
lot.
what I said.
You got couple situations where people might give up, or you don't know what's gonna happen, like with the AI there. So
Nah, that's a fact, especially in like situations. Say you hiding from somebody and you trying to whisper on the phone. A regular person could hear that you whispering. The AI might be like, "Sorry, can't hear you. Can you speak louder?"
yeah,
Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself.
Yeah.
Repeat yourself. I'm hanging up now. What?
Sorry, inaudible. Cannot understand you. Please try again.
I'm not going. Yes, just like that.
Yeah, get crazy, y'all. Listen, y'all heard about the battle for Montgomery?
Yo,
God,
Now, as we all know that when we are in the workplace, we just come to our jobs. We just want to do our job, and go home and relax. We don't want to hurt nobody. We don't want no fighting. We don't no fuss. We don't want to start nothing. It won't be nothing.
right.
Well, we had this amazing security guard on the dock in Montgomery, just doing his job, and then it was a boat that was obstructing the way for another boat to dock. He asked him, "Can you please move the boat so this other boat could dock?" I guess the other people that were obstructing the way didn't want to move. They felt
entitled.
They felt compelled to stay where they was.
so. In retaliation to him telling them to move the boat, they decide to get physical with him. And little did they know, his the whole family was nearby.
Oh my
So
goodness.
how do y'all feel about that?
You can't put nothing past anybody these days. You don't have to get physical. It didn't have to get to that point because that didn't have to transpire. But all for one and one for all, I guess.
No.
I just feel like these type of situations probably happen so often, but it doesn't get this type of light
Reaction.
Yeah, so the fact that it is on this type of large scale, like I feel like a lot of this is like entertainment for people, opposed to like this was like a real situation for this man, and people are more making memes and getting the content, repurposing it out of it, which is fine, but it's like I feel like people should like look at these situations to like learn from, and kind of like how you go about life and how you treat people. So
You know what that man was going through. He could have just lost it and just went crazy.
Exactly. And this is just a reflection of society today, where we so creative that we could just start making content out of something that's really serious. And I just hope everybody that was there learned a lesson.
true. So we seeing that UPS, they had a strike with the union
That's right.
as far as with the payout to their drivers, and the drivers wasn't pretty happy. So was this union, but they recently came to agreement where drivers are gonna be making around about $50 an hour.
Holy noli with a taco.
Wait, you
on
need
the
your
side.
CDL to work out there?
No, you don't need a CDL.
Oh, that's
to drive
right.
the truck.
You don't?
Not to drive the UPS truck.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they host like job fairs like once or twice a year. Y'all better hop on
Oh
there.
yeah, when the next one?
UPS said over the past week, the search for their jobs has doubled like 50%. So everybody's looking at an opportunity to drive a truck. And now the trickle effect I see with this is Amazon, FedEx, DHL, all these
They're gonna
other
raise their
companies.
pay wage too because
No, that's if. You can't just assume they're gonna raise it. Some of these companies can't afford it.
Yeah, but then they're gonna lose people because then they're gonna like, oh, y'all not paying that money. I'm gonna go. But being a postal worker is not as
Lucrative
It's not lucrative. It is a stressful job.
Yeah, it is.
for UPS.
Yeah, for delivering packages is not as easy as
You got all these different houses,
Yeah.
and
hills, and stuff you got.
dealing
Go
with
up.
people's property.
Oh
Is
yeah, that's another thing.
like, and
Whoa.
they be having like guard dogs and all types of securities, and it'd be a lot. It's stressful for these. I talk to them on a daily basis. They're like, yeah, it's not as funny as you think it is.
I mean, so you think that's a proper compensation for them, right? $50 an hour.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be able to take care of some things.
I mean, like you said, my thing is like how hard they're gonna be working though, because they're not just gonna be giving this much money
I was
out.
gonna say that next. Are they gonna have the same hours than they work?
No,
week?
you're working 50 hours.
Or you working
minimum.
30 hours?
It don't matter how.
$50 an hour.
It don't matter how many hours you work. It's just, am I gonna be overworked? The average person can do 40 hours a week. Even 30 hours at $50 an hour, that's some people 40 hours a week.
Yeah,
some people 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like,
We'll see how it plays out. That's interesting. I'm waiting to see how that go.
yeah, shout out to UPS. You know, they're really changing the game. It's like, and as we see with other industries, you know, some of these other delivery services might get brought out. They might go out of business because they can't keep up with the innovation. Now you're gonna see this is the rise of the monopoly companies.
Or they may get with Cali and get these robot cars on the road because have you heard they got robot cars in California right now?
I'm seeing that. They even got like the Ubers.
Self-driving cars with nobody in it. They ain't gotta pay nobody to move it around.
See, now if UPS start investing in the technology sector, you know, because as a business and company, you got money to invest. As long as you put it back in the business, they can't tax you. Speaking of these companies, y'all know the phrase "quiet quitting," right?
I haven't heard that one before.
So basically, quiet quitting is a tactic that corporations and companies use to slowly get rid of their workforce, but not directly firing you. So they'll use little tactics like, you know, telling you not to come in certain days a week when you have like a full schedule. You'll be like, yeah, you know, we're good today. We don't need you to come in today. Or they'll start giving you less shifts. They might send you home early. You already on the shift. You spend like, you got an 8-hour shift. You did 4 hours. It's like, yeah, you know, you can go home if you want to, you know. Just trying to do little things to inconvenience you, to make you slowly want to just like, you know what? This is not it. This is not for me. I'm just gonna leave. And then like make it think it's your idea. Whole time for months they just been slowly trying to
Push you out,
you know? So now we have this new phrase that this TikTok creator Marissa Joe basically coined, and it's called bare minimum Mondays. And basically it's saying that for the people who usually work the Monday through Friday lifestyle, you know, and their first day of work is Monday. When you go to work on Monday, do the bare minimum. Do the absolute bare minimum because it's Monday. Relax. You deserve it. You know, the whole rest of the week, you're going to come here and do the same mundane thing. Why waste all your energy on a Monday when you need to carry that energy out throughout the week? Some people don't get the same amount of hours of sleep every night, you know? So why use all your energy on Monday and then be tired the rest of the week? When you do the bare minimum Monday and then spread that out the rest of the week. So she basically, she has a following of 150,000 followers on TikTok. So you can imagine when she came out with this, imagine the effects that her influence had, you know? So you have a bunch of companies complaining that Mondays are like the worst days out the week now, or like they having a less sales or less people coming to stores, or the representatives aren't making as much deals, XYZ, you know, it's just slow day Monday.
Well, I feel like they just have to, you know, these companies got to invest into the workers, you know, the people that's helping it run, you know, and really acknowledging, you know, like far as time and their schedule and stuff, and like far as just switching up somebody's schedule. Now it's like, all right, like my landlord or these bills don't want to hear that. I still have to have this money here. So like, what did you what do you expect out of me as a worker, you know? So
To work.
yeah.
That's it. Don't cry, don't complain, don't be human, be a worker. You're here to work. Don't steal my company's time. You're here, we'll pay you for this, not that. You know, but yeah, invest in your bottom line. Companies, why is it so hard? These companies, you have millions and billions of dollars. You tell them you can't give everybody a $2-3 raise. Everybody not asking for $100 raise, just $1, and it's so hard. So you tell me I work 50 hours a week, 40 hours a week. You give me $1. That extra $40-$50 a week is hurting the company's pockets. For me to work more efficiently, make it make sense.
Please.
Come on now. Okay, boom. Y'all know what time it is. Economy. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the pistachio business. Y'all like pistachios?
Not as much as you do.
For today's economy talk, I'll be the pistachio king, and I'll be talking about some pros and cons to the pistachio industry, you know, and pistachios as a whole, you know. So, first of all, what do y'all know about pistachios other than they grow on a tree?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that they're one of few. What is like a nut or a seed? Like
it's a tree nut, yeah.
So it's one of the few that you gotta like crack open to really get to
the seed. Yeah, in fact. So, first things first. It takes 7 years for a pistachio tree to reach maturity.
Wow.
7 years. So whenever you see pistachios in Walmart corner store, yeah, they quite pricey. Yeah, they quite pricey. You know, they cost a little pretty penny because of how long it takes for them to grow, you know. Some of the health benefits for pistachios are, you know, they rich in protein. So if you want a good a good plant source of protein, tap into pistachios, you know. They're good for you. Also, they got fiber, they got some fats and other vitamins and minerals, but mostly for the protein, you know. Also, it's a growing demand for pistachios right now because of those health benefits, you know. It's a lot of people going vegan now, and a lot of people trying to stay away from soy because they did their research on soy, so they trying to find more organic forms of protein. And if you know how the protein cycle works, all protein we get from meat is like secondary recycled protein, because even the meat we eat gets it from the plants, you know? So why not just directly eat the plants? The strongest animals on the planet are straight vegetarians. Look at gorilla. Period. Gorilla slap you, it's over. It's over. Come on now. So also because it's versatile in cooking. So a lot of people was creating different pistachio dishes and desserts and soups and stuff like that, you know. Earlier this year I made a pistachio granola. Oh my God.
Oh man.
You know. Also, they're drought resistant. So if you live in areas with not a lot of rainfall or water coming through in general, then pistachio trees are a great plant that you could plant there that don't need as much water. So that's a good tip right there. Also, on the global trade part of it, you know, pistachios is traded as a commodity, you know, so it's creating opportunities for different countries who might have the favorable climate to grow pistachios. They could come into the trade because it's a high growing demand. They need other places to come through and be like, hey, we need you to help put in. You could do this. I bet we're gonna give you some starter plants, give you 7 years for your own plants to grow, and we're gonna get it booming. You know, also it's a value added product, you know, so they basically have a bunch of different pistachio products. And that's like, for example, like Wonderful Pistachios, they got the sweet chili flavor, they got the salt and pepper flavor or whatever.
All types.
You know, they got all types of flavors of pistachios. Not only that, you know, they got the granola bars. You know, they got the cream pistachio mix fusion looking thing. You know, so many different other items that they making that these companies can increase their revenue streams. Why not just sell regular pistachios when we could sell pistachio everything? So they're gonna have pistachio milk. Also, here's a fun fact. Remember when pistachios used to be like the reddish pinkish color back in the day? The only reason they was doing that because the pistachios themselves had little imperfections in the shell. So in order to cover the imperfections, they just painted them with a food coloring red, just to make it better. But over the years, the genetic modifying of it made it to where them imperfections don't even show. So it's no reason to spend that money on that red dye no more. So you just get regular white pistachios. And for the last pro, it's a long shelf life. Pistachios could last a couple months, if they stored in the right conditions, I've personally witnessed this because I remember, my mother tried to hide some pistachios from me, and I'm sitting here looking for these pistachios for like a month, and then I finally find them because my little brothers had some. I'm like, oh, these were that? Okay, because I'm the pistachio monster. I come body it. All right, now I'm gonna give you some cons to the pistachio plant and industry. The first con is pistachio trees. They have alternate bearing cycles. So, for example, this year we might get a strong cycle. They're giving us a lot of pistachios versus the next season. The flowering is the pistachio yield is a little short, so it's inconsistent. If you're a pistachio farmer, how you really gonna try to get to the profitability if you have inconsistent yields, So you got to figure that out. Also, it's very labor intensive, Most of the times you have to shake the tree violently to get the seeds to fall down because, if you go up there, sometimes they have the little thorns and stuff, so it's pricking you. Can't just, you need a ladder to go up there most times. So also, they susceptible to weather. So if you got extreme weather conditions like frost, it's about to be winters here soon. That can really damage your pistachio farm. So make sure you get a greenhouse. Also, quality control, you got to make sure you got the right amount of nutrients, you got the right amount of space, because they grow based off how much space they have. So if they got a little bit of space, you want to get a little pistachios. You might not even get a pistachio. It might not be able to grow as big as you want it to grow. And then they got long maturation period. Like I said earlier, it takes 7 years for it to grow. If you're willing to wait 7 years, wait 7 years, Also, while the pistachio trees are drought tolerant, they still require consistent and adequate water supply for optimum growth and yield. So as much as they don't need water, if you can continue giving them that little bit of water every day consistently so they get on the system, then you good, And that's my economy talk. Go do your research into pistachios. That's my favorite.
Cool.
Nice.
So we're going to be jumping into Would You Rather this week. And I got one good one for y'all folks.
All right, let's hear it.
So would you rather start your life over at the age 18 with your current knowledge, or be born into wealth, but at the age of 18, your parents tell you you're out on your own?
They don't give me no money.
No, they don't give you no money.
I'm just out and about in the world.
So I'm going to go with age 18 with my knowledge now. Because, how I'm wealthy and then you kicking me out with nothing. I don't even get it. I don't get no.
Well, you could learn on, how your parents got the wealth.
But obviously I didn't do that because I've been taken care of my whole life. Because I'm a wealthy baby.
Like, you ain't struggled nothing.
Like, what you mean?
As soon as you was born, you was like, which silver spoon you want?
Do you want platinum or do you want... Oh.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to. Yeah, I'm going with my people's being wealthy, and they kicking me out because I have to have had learned something. If this the right family, and what depending on what son number I am, they're grooming me and prepping me to take over the business or some part of the company. Right? They get into the money. It's 18. Everybody got to get out on their own. My older brother or sister did it. If I got older siblings in this equation, it's the family rich. My father did it. He had a Solar's roll oats. Yeah, let me do that.
You seen with Jackie Chan, he didn't even put his son in his will because he's like, I want him to get his own money.
Get it out the mud.
And I'm like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, you can't even get a loan.
But I will go because I'm pretty intelligent. I've learned a lot. So if I was to start over at 18, I would be up right now.
Yeah.
'Cause I was doing things at 18 that now are careers.
Yeah, facts. 10 years in the game.
So
Facts.
yeah,
That sound good.
I didn't have a would you rather this week. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. Would you rather? Would you rather be cloned, or have your consciousness be put into a robot AI body?
You and this
Into a
AI
robot
stuff,
body.
man. You scaring me. Are you an AI?
No.
Now, is it the clone like the one from Tyrone?
Yeah, like a Tyrone clone.
where you kind of have your knowledge still.
Yeah,
of who you
like
are?
you have some type of memories, but it seemed like when you get deleted, it seemed like a dream to you, versus you wake up and you in a android body, but you got your consciousness.
I'm so anti-robot. I'm about to go with the clone.
It's not bad.
I might go with the robot.
Of course, you're going with the robot.
I feel like my abilities would be, a little bit better than a good human, I guess, like
Yeah. My only thing
upgrades.
is like, as a robot, the upgrades on the body probably gonna be a little penny, versus still being a human clone. It's like I don't have my original memories. Like every time you get cloned, you lose memories, right? I don't know how it works, but
Yeah.
I just feel like, I could have a clone and my brain is so powerful.
I'm gonna unlock you.
Yeah, I'll be doing some crazy nonsense. So yeah, give me the clone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the clone. Let me get this. Let me get the clone real quick, and then I'll be like, hopefully, you don't remember that you wasn't this before. You just reappear as this. It's crazy.
It's crazy, but hey, I think I can figure it out.
It's crazy, yeah.
All right, so we're going to jump into lifestyle in depth for you folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be talking about the one thing that people think that we all have, which is time, So, and talk about time management and how you can improve it, improve your life. So, with number one, we talking about creating a schedule. Plan out your day or your week in advance and place different events or errands on a strict time block that will place you with a great life, in a nice workflow. And with number two, we want to get into avoid multitasking. It may seem normal to do it, especially if you're familiar with the task that you're doing, but often it leads to decreased productivity and increased errors. So give your full undivided attention to that one task at a time. And with number three, we want to talk about use some technology. We got all these different apps on our phone. Some of them are meant there to really help your life, and take off some of that stress load that your brain got to handle. And, we got task management apps. And, we got things even like the calendar or even just your alarm clock just to wake you up, at a specific time. And with number four, we're talking about eliminate distractions. Try to minimize interruptions during your dedicated work time. Put away your phone, or if your phone is something that you're using with your workflow, just be mindful to close out those other apps that you're not using, so you're not jumping through, like, just getting distracted. Mm-hmm. And this time management, like, as far as what we have, we got to really just kind of cut it down with everything that we do, whether you see somebody in a grocery store and you having a conversation, and try to keep it at a minimum, because you was only expecting to be in the grocery store for like an hour, like
you have a whole 10-minute conversation, aisle 9 about the baby snacks.
Yeah, like, try to keep everything brief if it's not necessary to, your goals, And remember that everything takes practice, so be patient and experiment different techniques to find what's best for you. And that's time management with lifestyle in depth today.
Heard.
Okay, that's
nice.
A fact. Who did it to yourself?
I'm pretty sure y'all have heard about this recently, but did y'all hear about the doctor who pulled the baby head off?
Oh
and
my
then tried to cover it up.
How do you do that?
How you did that?
Oh my god, my
Wow.
body is in cringe mode, y'all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
definitely did it
god.
to herself because she literally tried to cover it up by telling them to cremate the baby, but they did the autopsy and could tell. First of all, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you went to school for like
How many babies have you delivered?
exactly.
Was this your first baby?
Was this your first rodeo?
Nah, that's messed up.
You paid thousands of dollars to get an education on how to be a doctor and do this safely to just jack it up.
Yeah, that's kind of
So
crazy.
many questions.
You did that, like, yeah. You did it to yourself.
So now, did she wind up getting arrested?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I've got the lady's name, but it's all over the news right now. She definitely did it to herself.
That's crazy.
She's the donkey of the year.
Yeah, that's evil right there.
That's very, yeah, that's super malpractice.
Super, like there's nothing else that could be malpractice.
That needs to be minimum 50 million. Like, y'all employed her? The hospital, y'all employed her? This y'all employed? Oh, yeah, y'all getting hit. Everybody who had anything to do with
her hiring. You're
yeah.
fired.
True.
You getting hit with a lawsuit, fired,
That's
all that.
crazy.
And imagine the parent. Like, when did this happen? As the baby is coming out of the mother? Like, can you imagine that? That is so...
Yeah,
oh, my God.
Because somebody shared the picture. I mean, she is definitely the donkey of
Shared
the year.
the picture?
No, shared the doctor's picture.
Oh, my God.
And she's like a African American woman. She's a doctor. And I'm like, why are they sharing this lady's pictures for? So I clicked on it and I'm reading it. And she, during delivery, was trying to remove the baby from the canal and pulled. I was like, yo, this is insane.
No, the father wasn't in the room and saw that? Like, what?
This is insane.
Like, I'm just trying to imagine it from all angles. Like, what?
Yeah,
like,
I forgot the doctor's name, but if you have any time, you can just,
I swear, whoever family that doctor went to is on site for the doctor.
Yeah.
It's on site for
Because
life.
I can't imagine me being in the room and that's my little baby. Oh no, me and the doctor going to jail.
Pack it up.
Like, oh, you did that to my baby, I'm gonna do to you what you did to my baby.
But that's
Yeah, nah. Yeah, she did it to herself. And to
everything around her.
destruction. That's so sad. Yeah. I'm Shoot the Artist.
I'm Noface Rell.
You know me, the Seamoss Queen.
And it's the Nah Mean Show. Nah Mean.
Nah, mean.
Ooh. Guys, anything special this weekend?
So, we are going to Coney Island.
Going to Coney Island?
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, we'll shoot.
Yeah, Payne with Shoot, Coney Island, coming this weekend.
Might catch me on the train, the 3 train.
Right.
Give an announcement to the people.
I'm going to talk to him. Talk the Nah Mean talk, you know. Yeah. Also, tune in with the Seamoss Queen. Get your Seamoss, all flavors.
Gotta tune in.
No. She got the new purple berry crunch flavor. It's fire. Oh, you do that? Oh my god! I'm like, hey,
Pistachio Seamoss.
I'll be fine. Welcome everybody. It's your favorite abstract artist, Shoot the Artist. And you know what time it is. If you don't, you about to find out. It's painting with Shoot, y'all. And today's painting, just look at it first. Just look at it. You see it? What do you feel when you see this? I call this Shoot's battlefield, because this is the battlefield of where I come and fight my demons. And this is what the battlefield look like after I'm ready. I'm ready and I'm done whipping they behind on the battlefield, y'all. So this is, I don't know what y'all battlefield look like, but mine's look disturbing. It's caution. It's looking kind of dark. Cause in my battlefield, I only have a paintbrush and it's dark, so I have to paint the light, I have to paint the weapon. It gets real in the battlefield. But yes, this is Shoot's battlefield. And as usual, y'all all officially been blessed. Shoot. Wait.
This is where the machine gun sounds going in the background.
Is that the war noises in the background? General! General, we got these people.